And I think for Toronto, they've been taking no prisoners here in the early part of the season. It's been a very fast start and a lot of focus for this group.
They were in mid-season form right off the bat. And like you said, that focus, it shows how determined this group is to make this a season to remember.
Smitty, we're going to watch some exceptional forward play tonight. Makes me think of some of the great front courts in the history of this terrific league.
Yeah, you had Bird, Parrish, Kevin McHale, Duncan, Robinson, Kareem, and Worthy. I also throw in Patrick Ewing and Charles Oakley. They were a tough matchup. When you have two guys that play the 4 or 5 and play well off each other, they could be a nightmare.
That time, that part of the league, they were terrific.
So true.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Siakam in at the 4-man position. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Grizzlies. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played. Henderson against Leonard. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. And David Aldridge spoke with Nick Nurse. David.
Well, Kevin, I talked to him about the shot blockers they face in this matchup. He said if we can play a little more up-tempo and score before their bigs can recover and get set, that'll help. Also, putting them on the move in half-court sets, whether ball screens or screen and roll, can help as well. We'll see if his team executes his game plan, Kevin.
And David, thank you. What do you think, guys? Smart to center their game plan around the opposing defense?
I kind of feel like you have to. This is an opponent so good at taking away the best weapon on the other side. So you have to be ready to come at them in different ways.
This is always an exhausting opponent to play, so it would be huge for them if some of their bench players could step up and contribute today.
Grizzlies off to a quick start here. This game against Toronto here, it's their first look at the Raptors.
Interconference showdown. You love to see clubs that don't play each other often go head-to-head.
I like it. East versus West. This is a very intriguing matchup.
Now, here's Lowry. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. It's rebounded by Memphis.
Still scoreless after 4 attempts, struggling to find any daylight.
And Temple kicks to Conley. Back to Temple. Just 5 to shoot. Right block shot, and a little luck that time, but it drops.
And what it looks like now, guys, their confidence is growing, and so is this lead.
But they can't just sit back and enjoy it. They need to keep up the momentum.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And this is what you got to do. I mean, if it ain't working, call timeout, try to figure out what you can do to fix the problem.
You know, also, it's just a chance to take a breath, regroup, get your mind set, and come back out fresh.
Stolen by Jackson. Left side, Anderson, 11 feet away. The offensive rebound. Gasol kicks to Temple. They shoot again. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And for years, the Memphis Grizzlies defined mid-level success in the NBA, but not last season.
Before last year, they made the playoffs 7 straight seasons. Never played in a championship, but always seemed a player or 2 short. Now they're finally rebuilding.
Free throw drops for Temple.
This Toronto offense have been going through a transition the last few years. The team used to take a lot of mid-range shots and run a lot of ISOs. They switched to more of a ball movement-oriented style, and it paid off.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Along with the Raptors' decrease in isolations, the amount of threes jumped up as well.
So true. 38% of shots last year were threes. Raptors took the third most threes in the league last season. We'll see if that trend continues this season, but there has clearly been a shift in how they want to play.
Now here is Conley. Jonas Valanciunas unable to get his shot to go. Conley gets the bucket. Conley's got 5 points so far.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Left side Lowry. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Nice job of seeing the play through by Kyle Lowry. Took the contact and still got it to fall. Kyle Lowry, the Villanova alum, does everything you want from a point guard. Very complete player on both ends of the floor.
One shot.
Free throw drops for Kyle Lowry. Well, with Lowry, as you said, Steve, he gives you a little bit of everything.
One of the best rebounding point guards in the league. Doesn't rack up huge assist numbers, but a very intelligent passer. Good assist to turnover numbers. Smart with the basketball.
Leonard kicks to Lowry. And the three off target.
Well, this whole period for him, it's been challenging. You can tell he's starting to press.
Conley inside the line. Siakam pulls it in.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Here's Green. The rebound by Gasol. Gasol's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Leonard against Anderson. Outside Conley. Another miss by Conley. Raptors trail by 8. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Kyle Lowry with great vision and court awareness on that play. What a pass.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for Memphis. Pass to Temple. To the inside. Lets it go from 11. Here's Jackson. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Strong instincts and positioning. Kawhi read that shot all the way.
Green with the ball. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. The three. Tries to keep it alive. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. And the Grizzlies leading by 6. And Temple kicks to Conley. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Now we have a long season still ahead of us. Smitty, as a veteran, how much did you look to pace yourself as the season was going on, but in particular the early part of the season?
Great question, Kevin. I think you look at it as a veteran, you got to assess the situation. If you got to come out there and I guess push your pace as a veteran because you want a team to get off to a good start, hopefully the younger guys can continue that pace. Or you have a team that is going well and they know you need them at the end. It's a tough call for some veterans, and that's why you see the veterans hanging around that can do both.
And both free throws good for Temple.
Last season, Toronto had a very mixed season, to say the least. Franchise record 59 wins and the top seed in the East. It all came crashing down as they were swept out of the playoffs by the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Now here's Leonard. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Conley against Lowry. Conley kicks to Gasol. That three off the mark. And for the Raptors last season, Steve, it was the ultimate letdown, wasn't it, to have the season end like it did against Cleveland?
Sure was. The team kept insisting things were different last year, and this was their time. Wasn't the case at all. They fell again to the Cavaliers. It was a big disappointment. They looked to shake things up this past offseason.
Now here is Lowry. 8 points his last outing. Passes it to Valanciunas. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Siakam kicks to Green. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Leonard. The rebound by Henderson. And the Grizzlies leading by 8. Pass to Gasol. Over in the corner, Conley. Back to Gasol. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Gasol's got his first bucket of the night.
That's how you like to set up a big man for the shot. Gasol just catching it and letting it go.
Toronto calls timeout.
And even now in his mid-30s, Marc Gasol is fantastic. I mean, it gives you everything you want at that center position. Strong defender and rebounder, and he has a host of ways to get you buckets.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Green, he's checked in for Jackson. Caspi comes in for Kyle Anderson. Brooks checked in for Garrett Temple. And Shelvin Max subbed in for Mike Conley. A new group in now for the Raptors. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. OG Anunoby comes in for Pascal Siakam. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Green. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Dominate on the court, and it's showing up on the scoreboard. Let's see if they can maintain this level of intensity.
And with Gasol, he continues to develop his outside shot, Greg, to act as a stretch center now.
Yeah, and really the combination of his three-ball shooting and his passing really, even at this stage of his career, makes him a tough cover. You worry if he'll settle too much for that outside shot, but boy, when he is on, there are few answers for slowing him down. And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Brooks for 3. No good that time. And Toronto will come the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami. Got that one up quick. Leonard's got his first basket.
Great rhythm on the catch and shoot. Kawhi showing us what's good.
And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Rabs checked in. So it's the Grizzlies now. It's a 10-point game. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Tipped away. And here are the Raptors now. Raptors trail by 10. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
VanVleet kicks to Leonard. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Here's Mack to the paint. Here's Rab. Back to Mack. 6 to shoot. Here we go, one-on-one. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
And he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested.
Here's Rab. At the elbow, Green. 3 for Caspi. It's rebounded by Anunoby.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Why don't we now look at the league's highest scoring teams? The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. In fourth, the Raptors.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
Here's Rab. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here is Caspi, defended by Ibaka. Puts it up from 12, and that one comes up a bit short. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Trailing here by 8. And Yvonne Rab gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for the Raptors. On defense, the Grizzlies. Right outside. Ibaka down low, and Ibaka slams it in.
When shots go up, one thing about Ibaka, he gets to the right place at the right time.
And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Wayne Selden's checked in for Brooks. .139 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Mack. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Grizzlies lead by 9.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's VanVleet looking for his first basket still in this one. Yes, that goes in. Steve, while he was interim head coach last season, J.B. Bickerstaff certainly won over the players' approval.
Marc Gasol said he's done a tremendous job with the tools he was given and with what he was allowed to do. Mike Conley simply stated he deserves this job. The Grizzlies brass was impressed enough that they didn't conduct a coaching search.
Just 4 to shoot. There's the pass to Caspi. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Raptors trail by 10. VanVleet kicks to right. Now here's Miles. Defense right on him. And he banks in the layup.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Selden passes to Green. Back to Selden. Pass to Matt. Takes the 3. It's not going to go for him. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Passes to VanVleet. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint. Here's
Selden, guarded by Wright. Selden kicks to Mack. And that does it for the first quarter. Grizzlies out in front, up 6. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Mike Conley, one of the best players never to play in an All-Star game, and he says he's tired of the underrated label.
The underrated Mike Conley thing has been out the window for me for a while, and it's gotten a little frustrating because I felt like I've been deserving of it over the years, but it's so hard to crack that spot in the Western Conference, and I'm going to keep working, and hopefully this will be the year.
And as he said, in the West, so many great guards.
And he's been a part of some winning teams, certainly has been in the conversation. He'll just have to be content with that max contract.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And looking at what we've seen from the Grizzlies, what do you guys think?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
Yeah, it's been the defense that has them out in front. But let's see if they can sustain the intensity.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. Anunoby out there with C.J. Miles. And it's Ibaka, and it's Van Vliet in at the point.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Lowry is a player who has worked his way to stardom. He says, I still feel like I can be better. I'm never satisfied. My team is good, but I think the best I can be is a champion. There is no other goal in basketball. Guys.
D.A., that's how you truly create a legacy. Here's Rab. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Pass to Selden. Takes a three. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds in this game. Right, the pass to Anunoby. Right outside. And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Some changes for Memphis. Jackson, he's checked in for JaMychal Green. Temple comes in for Caspi. And it's Mike Conley in for Mack. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for the Raptors. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. From past the arc. And again, no good by Toronto. Here's Temple, now recovering. Three-pointer, knocks down the 3-ball. And it's an 11-point Grizzly lead.
This is what these perimeter plays are designed to produce. Quality looks for spot-on shooters.
Lets it go with a 3. The rebound by Rab.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this league. He's been off all night.
No good from Selden. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Nothing offensively yet from them in the second quarter. And Miles kicks to Anunoby. They need this one. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And last season, a very strong rookie campaign, Greg, for OG Anunoby.
You know, the team quickly learned that they could rely on him offensively. And it's rare to have a team trust someone taken 23rd overall that quickly. Surprised a lot of people with how efficient he was on offense right out of the gate. And I think you're going to see him continue to grow in that regard.
2 shots.
And the first one drops. There's a real art, isn't there, Steve, to drawing charges? Who are some of the best at doing that you see now on a game-to-game basis?
You know, DeMarcus Cousins stands out because he's a center. You're used to seeing centers block shots.
Right.
But he can get in position and take charges. Draymond Green loves to take charges. Kemba Walker does it from the point guard position. Marcus Smart, Patrick Beverly. Those are some of the names, and the list goes on and on.
And those guys are tough guys, too. They have a toughness, grit factor about it.
Yeah, you got to have that, Kevin, if you're going to bounce your head off the floor.
And the wide-open shot from Green. And the Raptors miss again.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's Temple, guarded by Green. Temple gets the bucket.
The beauty of the teardrop, very difficult to really contest.
Raptors trail by 11. Toronto calls timeout.
When you watch Kyle Anderson, he's just a different type of player. Below average athleticism and jump shot. Rare combination in this league, but he can give you a lot. He knows the game.
The Raptors making a switch here. Siakam's checked in.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Siakam. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. He's getting around 16 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Well, and we've seen defenses try to adjust, but he has the intelligence along with the talent, just finds new ways to beat them.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, he has to be careful now. He doesn't want to pick up that 3rd foul this early.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. That's tipped. Conley against Lowry. Top of the key, Siakam. Gasol trying to free himself up. And again, no good by Toronto. Henderson inside, defended by Miles. Anderson can't get it to go.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And Lowry gets it to go.
Lowry gets more and more comfortable launching threes the longer he's in the league.
Memphis leading by 8. And Temple kicks to Gasol. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Now, here's Lowry. 6 points for him. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And that's a tough one. But on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Some guys, they just know how to get away with it, and some don't.
And Toronto making a change here. Leonard's checked in. Conley feeling it out. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
Now, here is Lowry. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Lowry with the ball, covered by Conley. That one goes. Count it. Lowry's got 8.
That's a grown man's basket right there by Kyle Lowry. He is so good at getting dirty down inside.
Conley against Lowry, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Anderson against Leonard. Here's Siakam. That one misses. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Conley dishes to Gasol. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Tough night for him shooting the basketball, but this team has been resilient. That's why they've held the lead.
Leonard. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Well, in the case of Kawhi Leonard, actions definitely, Steve, speak louder than words.
He's one of the most soft-spoken players in the game. Takes a humble, persistent approach to almost everything he does, and the results speak for themselves.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Leonard.
Well, you know this franchise, they preach fundamentals. The Grizzlies led the league in personal fouls last season. Just another example of where things went wrong.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Brooks checked in. Both shots good from the stripe. Well, I'm thinking about the Grizzlies, Smitty. It's going to be a challenge rebuilding this roster.
Yeah, cap space has been a challenge for the Grizzlies. Drafting well has been a challenge also. And, of course, you have the coaching carousel.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. And how about a look now at the first-year block leaders in the NBA? Here are the top rookie intimidators. Raptors trail by 9. Now here's Green. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And the basket by Lowry.
You know, he had a hot start to this game. He's only gotten hotter. We'll see if the defense makes an adjustment.
Conley finds Jackson. Back to Conley. And again, unable to change momentum here.
Just hasn't had it tonight, but his teammates are picking up the slack.
Outside for Lowry.
Yeah, that one put him over the limit, and it's so early that if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade at the free throw line.
Toronto shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Well, Steve, when you look at the core of this Raptors team, all in their prime to late prime.
The window is closing for this group. The team should definitely feel a sense of urgency on making the most of this opportunity.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Feeds it to Jackson. Out to Brooks. Ball's knocked loose. Gasol up top, guarded by Valanciunas. And here comes Leonard, leading the fast break. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. And Danny Green, a terrific shooter who also, Greg, happens to give you great production on defense.
Yeah, and I'd have to say Green's probably alone in history with his shooting and defense. Only player to ever have 6 or more seasons with at least 50 blocks and 73s. You know, it might be arbitrary checkpoints, but nevertheless, it illustrates just what Green brings to the table, a consistent 3 and D player.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Toronto. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And checking out Milwaukee, right on their heels and with their sights set on gaining ground.
And I think for Toronto, any fears of a regression for them this season have been laid to bed. They're an elite team yet again, and they're poised for a dominant stretch run here.
I can't see them slowing down anytime soon. If anything, I think they'll just get stronger as the playoff gets closer.
Conley, the pass to Anderson. Here's the floater.
Just doesn't seem to have it here in the second quarter.
Count that one.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by Toronto.
Raptors trail by 4. And here's Lowry. He's got 13. And Green with the basket on the assist by Lowry. Green's got his first 2 points.
Lowry doing a good job of looking to include his teammates.
Conley against Lowry. Conley finds Gasol. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
2 shots, gentlemen.
You have to love what Marc Gasol gives you offensively. Can score facing up, back to the basket, and one of the best passing centers in the game.
And the first one at the line is good. And talking about Gasol, also an impact guy on the defensive end of the floor.
Yes, Kevin. He has the size, the length, and the instincts. Defensive Player of the Year in 2013. A true cornerstone for your team.
Caspi, he's checked in for Jackson. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
It's interesting, Gasol entered the league as a big guy with raw tools. Now one of the most highly skilled centers in the game.
Here's Siakam. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Miami.
He also was very good distributing the basketball, keeping guys involved and engaged all night.
Here's Brooks. Raptors knocking down the tray. Outside Gasol. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Gasol's got 5 points now this quarter.
And that's one way to extend the lead. Continue to light it up from long range. They have all the confidence in the world right now from the three-point line.
Lowry kicks to Leonard. And then Leonard with the dunk.
That time he kept it himself. Leonard playing a chess game on the pick and roll.
Grizzlies have gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. Gasol deciding where to go with it. The drive by Brooks. Rebound by the Raptors. Valanciunas has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Leonard kicks to Lowry. Inside. Here's Siakam. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Lowry against Conley. Right wing. Henderson passes to Brooks. No good from outside. And it's the Raptors ball. They're on an 18-7 run. Here's Siakam. And he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Now a timeout called by Memphis. Steve, we know plenty of NBA players who are still inconsistent at the free throw line. Just how much of a skill issue is free throw shooting and how much is mental?
You know, I think for a lot of guys that are up in size, just being able to shoot the basketball. I tried it shooting a volleyball when your hands are so big, and that is tough, and that's a skill. But then I see a lot of guys mentally, you can tell is bothering them because they change their routine from year after year. They keep finding different ways. They have to get comfortable, put in the work, and just stick to it. I think they go to too many different these shooting coaches saying, I have a quick fix, and usually it doesn't work, the quick fix.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Rabs checked in for Gasol. Green comes in for Kyle Anderson. And Max subbed in for Mike Conley. Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Raptors. Fred VanVleet comes in for Danny Green. Now here's Mack. He has 5. Brooks dishes to Green. Brooks against Lowry. Shot clock at 5. Brooks misses. And so VanVleet will bring it up for the Raptors. We've got 1:48 left in the second quarter. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I'll tell you what, when Kawhi knifes his way to the rim, it's next level.
Here's Mack. Off target from outside.
Rough start to this game. Hits one bucket in the first and nothing here in the second.
Left side Lowry. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The first free throw is good.
Last year, a devastating season for the Memphis Grizzlies, especially on the offensive end. Dead last in field goals attempted and in field goals made.
Selden's checked in for Memphis. The Raptors also with a sub. Anunoby, he's checked in for Pascal Siakam. And so Lowry nails both of them. On talking about the Grizzlies, part of that low offensive output is that they tend to play at a slower pace.
Typically, the Grizzlies are known for a grit and grind philosophy, and that lends itself to a slow, bruising style of play. Last year, they tried to play faster, but didn't really have the personnel to pull it off.
DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry. Here's Selden, guarded by Wright. Selden kicks to Mack. Clock at 6. A floater, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
And that's how you do it. Ibaka still able to surprise people very quick off the floor.
There's 53 seconds left now here in the second. Wright finds Leonard. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
And he throws it right out of bounds. Careless mistake.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the first half. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
And the foul on Wayne Selden. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
For Toronto, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
Gentlemen, 2 shots.
And really, the form
Loose
at
shots.
the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
The first one falls. And so Wright nails both of them.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Mack, the pass to Caspi. Rab kicks to Caspi. Clock at 6. Looking to end the run, and it's blocked by Ibaka. And they're able to recover. Grizzlies have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6. That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. 8 seconds left here in the second. Now Leonard from downtown. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And so we conclude the first half. Raptors lead by 7. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Kyle, a good first half for you all. How do you continue that for the rest of the game?
We got to come out with our energy. We got to come out and play our game and keep going out there and pushing. Our defense and everybody's rotating, so we're playing together right now.
We'll see if you stay connected in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA halftime show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. It's Toronto with the advantage at the half. They have a nice 7-point lead. Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
They did an awesome-orific job. That's right, Ernie, awesome-orific. That's awesome and terrific together. Anyway, they did an awesome-orific job of limiting turnovers. They were almost mistake-free. It puts you in the right frame of mind when you can play like that. As long as they keep protecting the ball in the next 2 quarters, they will protect the lead.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Memphis.
To me, they looked out of sync shooting the basketball. Under 40% for the first half. Some of it was poor shot selection, but mostly it just looked like they were out of rhythm. For the second half, they need to push more for buckets in transition. Get to the foul line a little bit more. Try to get back in the flow.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Welcome back, folks. Pleased to have you with us tonight again here at the FedEx Forum in downtown Memphis, Tennessee. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Kyle Lowry has just been sensational.
Yeah, he's really been catching the defense off guard so far here in this game, racking up a bunch of trips to the line.
Well, he's one of those guys. When he's being aggressive, officials give him the benefit of the doubt.
Raptors leading by 7. Anderson at the small forward and Jackson at the 4. Garrett Temple is out there with Conley, and it's Gasol at center. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Outside Lowry. He kicks it to Green. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
And you watch Kyle Henderson out there. They call him slow-mo for how he moves on the court. Just one of those jack-of-all-trades type of players on offense, and wasn't known for his defense, but has put in a lot of work to improve in that area.
And the Raptors shooting not great, 40% for the game. Here's Valanciunas. Outside for Lowry. Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. The pass to Siakam. 6 to shoot. There's Green with the 3.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
And again, no good by Toronto. Here's Temple, guarded by Green. With that shot, the Raptor lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Temple.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Lowry with the ball. He's got 15. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Green's got 5 now.
Catch and shoot. This is where Danny Green makes his money.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Well, Steve, for the Raptors the last few years, regular season hasn't been a problem. It's been all about the playoffs.
Yeah, the Raptors have the goal of making it out of the East and to the finals. It's the right goal to have with the way they perform in the regular season. This team, they will always be measured by their playoff runs.
Free throw drops for Temple. And both free throws good for Temple. Smitty, with all the different arenas you've played in and all the cities you've traveled to as a player, which city do you think, looking back, was the hardest to play in for whatever reason?
This is an easy question. Detroit, Michigan, Kevin, because I was raised there and played college basketball. The ticket request going home was definitely hard.
I bet.
Because now you're starting to ask teammates, you're starting to ask everybody for tickets, and I just never had enough.
And it was expensive to buy tickets.
Yes, indeed.
And everyone wanted one.
Everybody. My first game, Kevin, ever back in Detroit, 300 tickets.
Oh.
Glad I had good teammates, though. They helped me.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks. That free throw missing. And he's good on the second. Now, here's Lowry. 15 points in the game. To the paint. Here's Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Conley finds Gasol. To the middle, got a piece of it. Here's Jackson. A stupendous finish in traffic. Jackson's got 6 points.
A solid beginning to this second half offensively. 3 for 4 from the floor.
Pass to Leonard. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Well, we know he's been confident with the shot. A big reason why they're ahead in this game.
And with Kawhi Leonard, he just does everything well on the floor. Offense, defense, rebounding, runs the floor. I mean, he is one of the more complete players in our league. He can completely take over a game on both ends.
And Greg, with Kawhi, started as a defensive stopper, but he now is so much more than that.
I mean, he's got a great outside shot, that pull-up jumper, the turnarounds in the post. He has the complete repertoire. You never would have thought he was only viewed as a defense guy once upon a time, but was already a fantastic player. But this is a guy that continues to just add to his game.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And look, you never want to see a team gut you this way. Really a good timeout.
Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
A moment here to see the stats for Lowry. He's really stood out for them over the past month. He's right around 13 points a night, 10 assists and 4 rebounds. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
I totally agree. He has the IQ and the ability to take it up another level anytime he wants.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
For Memphis, they have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And so Jackson nails both of them. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Lowry deciding where to go with it here. Kicks it to Leonard. To the inside, just 4 to shoot. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Jackson's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Conley with the 3. And another miss by Memphis. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Leading by 5. Outside, Green. Outside, Leonard. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Temple dishes to Conley. Here's Gasol. No good on that one. Nice D from Valanciunas. Raptors leading by 5. Outside Lowry. Pass to Valanciunas. A fadeaway. And that one hits back iron. Memphis has gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Leonard with the steal. They push it up 4 on 3. Here's Green. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Green's got 7 points.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Temple. That's tipped, and another turnover here by Memphis. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for the Grizzlies. There's Green with the 3. Conley grabs the miss. The Grizzlies trail by 7. The feed to Anderson. Great D that time from Leonard.
And guys, there's a lot to like here defensively. That shot almost ends up in the stands.
And he was not quite in position to block the shot, but the result is all the same.
And the Grizzlies with possession here. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Brooks checked in for Memphis. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Toronto. Here's Valanciunas. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Green kicks to Siakam. Tries a 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Brooks, the pass to Conley. Outside Jackson. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Shoots from the baseline, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Conley's got 10.
Conley is just a knockdown scorer from the mid-range, senses the separation and cashes in easily.
And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Ooh. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Valanciunas has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Green taking his time here. Lowry kicks to Siakam. 5 on the clock. Good work defensively by Gasol.
You know what? He tried to lay it in at the point of attack. Just too much defensive pressure on that play.
Raptors leading by 7. Pass to Miles. And here's Lowry. 15 points in the game. And the layup is good. 17 points in the game.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Brooks. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. Here's Temple, guarded by Green. Temple gets the bucket.
He's been locked in all quarter, really finding his rhythm.
Toronto's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Back to Lowry. It's Miles on the wing. And the pass to Valanciunas. This one for 3. Nice D from Brooks. And it's Conley with the ball for the Grizzlies. 7-point differential. Dishes it to Jackson. Valanciunas against Gasol. Fires from deep. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. So Memphis ends up going with the new group. A new group in now for the Raptors. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. OG Anunoby comes in for Pascal Siakam. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Green. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. Here's Zeldin, guarded by Wright. Shot clock at 6. Here's Zeldin. Here's Rab, and he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
And there's one thing you're trying to minimize. It's second chance opportunities. Poor defensive rebounding for them.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And last season, he was successful 81% of the time when he went to the line, so he didn't waste a lot of opportunities.
1 shot, gentlemen.
And the free throw, no good. Raptors leading by 5. Wright finds Miles. Misses the 3. Grizzlies have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. And Steve, the way Jermichael Green got here, a terrific story.
Went undrafted, Kevin. Did the G League thing, bounced around, but then he started to put it all together. Now he's a guy you can count on to give you good minutes.
Toronto shooting 40% from the field. High arcing shot. And it's Miles missing.
You can't ask for a higher percentage look than the one that he got. I think he lost his concentration.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And now a look at Serge Ibaka. Some stats on him. He's been dominant over the last month. 11th in field goal percentage. And, of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
And as you mentioned, one of the more efficient scorers in pro basketball. He challenges defenders with his bravado. And more often than not, he prevails. First one falls for him. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
Serge Ibaka, known for his defense since he came into the league. Still a very capable shot blocker. He has good strength, and he can guard post players much bigger than him. I mean, just a good shooter taking what the defense allows. Finds some space out beyond the arc.
From 12 feet out, a rebound by Rab. Rab's got his 5th rebound in this one. Selden passes to Matt. Here is Caspi. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Feeds to Wright. It's rebounded by Memphis. Well, with Ibaka, it's the toughness. He's definitely a scrapper for the team.
And that role goes beyond just banging bodies down low. He'll get into the face of opposing players, and he can get in their heads as well. It's just part of the role that he plays for this team.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And Mack kicks to Selden. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Wright finds Ibaka. Miles with it. Bounce pass from Wright. Here's Van Vliet. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And Fred Van Vliet, the Wichita State product, took some time getting into the NBA, but my goodness, is he a factor now for this team?
You know, I love the way Van Vliet can create space with his movement and getting into a defender. Great at reading a defense and finding the right play. He thinks several steps ahead of the play when he's on the floor.
That one is off. He hits the second from the line. 1:15 left to play in the third. Selden passes to Green. Back to Selden. Pass to Mack. Just 5 on the clock. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Raptors leading by 11. Now Miles. He's got 5. Here's Van Vliet. Sinks the 3-pointer. Van Vliet's got 4 points in the quarter.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
And Mack kicks to Ram. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Gentlemen.
And this will be his 2nd and 3rd shots at the line here.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Rab. And the Raptors with some changes. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for C.J. Miles. And it's Lowry in for Wright. That one is no good. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. 13-point lead. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Mack, the pass to Selden. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Down low. Passes it to Leonard. That one drops for him. Leonard's got 19 points.
This is what you want to do on the offensive end. Get Kawhi looks in the paint. Rely on him to make a play.
Here's Selden. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Toronto Raptors. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. Right back after this break. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. The Grizzlies trail by 15, so the Raptors 5 right now. Baca is out there with Anunoby. Then there's Lowry. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Van Vliet in at the point guard. The Raptors shooting around 41% on the night. Leonard looking around. The fader. That one wide left.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
Now here's Green. Floats one up, and it's blocked by Ibaka. To the middle, here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, you know, the truth is Leonard's been focused all night. Has an array of go-to moves and the endurance to keep on coming.
Here's Rab. At the elbow, Green. Pass to Selden. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Anderson's checked in.
One shot, gentlemen.
Raptors leading by 14. Outside Leonard. Here's Van Vliet. He's covered by Mack. Van Vliet can't get it to go. The Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him. Garrett Temple has checked in for Selden. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Here is Caspi, and the shot goes in.
And that's the kind of move that will always pay off, even against tight defense like he was facing on that possession.
Leonard against Anderson. The pass to Anunoby. Here's the teardrop. Pass to Van Vliet. He kicks it to Lowry. 6 to shoot. The dish to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
The aggressive side of Serge coming through as Serge himself at the rim.
Mack dishes to Caspi. Got a piece of it. And oh, here we go. Lowry's got the fast break chance. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
flexing at the rack. Leonard doing what he can to fire up his teammates.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Well, not too long ago, Kyle Lowry was a free agent in high demand, Steve. Toronto signed him to that big contract, and it's worked out for both of them.
You know, the Raptors believed in Lowry and were willing to pay up to keep him. They see him as a vital part of this team now. Lowry took some time to mature as a player, but now it's paying off.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Marcus All's checked in for Jermichael Green. Jackson comes in for Caspi. And it's Conley in for Mack. And then for Toronto, Jonas Valanciunas comes in for OG Anunoby. And it's Green in for Fred VanVleet. Now here is Lowry. Makes it off the glass. Lowry's got 19 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Conley with it. Kicks to Jackson. From the arc. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Leonard's got his 5th rebound in this one. Conley against Lowry. Siakam is checked in for Serge Ibaka. Here's Lowry, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
This could be a problem. That's his 4th foul with plenty of basketball left to play.
Lowry against Conley. Here's Valanciunas. Good on the bucket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And it's Conley with the ball for Memphis. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. Here's the Raptors with the ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Outside Lowry. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Gotta love the big man Valanciunas fighting for that extra chance, and he was rewarded for his effort.
Conley finds Gasol. West has been the dominant conference of late. It's been that way for a while, but out east, Steve, we're seeing the development of some great young rosters.
Yeah, over time, and obviously you see the balance of conferences go one way or other. When you have teams that just dominate and win championship, usually you'll see that lopsidedness, and that's in the West right now. But on the East, I mean, that team, the Boston Celtics, we all can say if they're healthy, they got a chance to be in that conversation. You love the youth of the Philadelphia 76ers, and in Milwaukee, they need to add another player to go with Giannis, and they'll have a chance to be talked about as well.
Good overview. And it's the Raptors' ball. They're on a 14-5 run here. Conley against Lowry. Teardrop shot. The rebound by Anderson.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Conley's shot is off.
He started off solid, had 2 threes at halftime, but blanked from deep since.
Green kicks to Lowry. Passes it to Leonard. Clock at 6. Over Anderson. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away.
Now here's Gasol. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Over Valanciunas. The Grizzlies with another miss.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
It takes an effort on both ends of the floor, and you have to find the right matchups to exploit.
Anderson outside. Pass to Conley. Shot to stop the drought. Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, that's a great shot. 3rd 3 of the game for him, first in this half.
Outside Lowry. The pass to Valanciunas. Over Gasol. No good from Valanciunas. The Grizzlies trail by 21. To the middle. Lays it up off the glass.
Timeout.
Temple's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
Well, this is where he shows both skill and body control along with the attack mindset.
Toronto calls timeout. Well, we know a lot of NBA players take how they've been rated in a video game, Steve, personally. You've made digital appearances during your career. Did you ever have any issues with the ratings?
No, I didn't. And I think now these players, I grew up in this generation with video games, so yes, they take it personally. They understand,
yes,
and they're playing these games while they're in the NBA. So a lot of them, just like when the media is all over them, they want to have a say-so on how good they are, even in a video game.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
Plain and simple, his scoring is what made him our pick tonight. Even when the D's giving him all their attention, they just have not been able to contain him. If they backed off him for 1 second, he made them pay.
This was a big game for him. There's no denying that. Coming off a bunch of losses in a row, they turned to him to break the streak, and he delivered in a big way. Now here is Lowry. And Siakam has it in the corner. And the Raptors miss again.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
The kick out to Anderson. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That will be foul number 5 on him.
Just a little too aggressive. His 5th foul of the night. Expect them to go right at him to try to pick up number 6.
Here's Jackson. Anderson outside. To the wing on the left. 6 on the shot clock. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Valanciunas. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
Shooting 2.
No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second. Raptors leading by 18. Now here's Leonard. Foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
Strength, body control, and focus. Kawhi showing it all right there.
Well, we've seen the growth of the G League, especially in how much it's been utilized for player development. A lot of guys going up to the NBA level. Steve, how do you think we'll see this evolve over the next 10 years?
I think the G League and this partnership with the NBA and teams has been fantastic. It's kind of similar to baseball right now in the minor leagues, and the teams have done a great job of having the flexibility to bring guys up and down. I love it for a lot of these young guys to get a chance to develop and also be a part of, I would say, the big team.
Excellent point. Here's Temple. Outside Gasol. He kicks to Conley. A three-pointer off the mark.
Still no rhythm. This may be a time when you want to make the extra pass. Give someone else a chance.
Here's Henderson. And it's sent back by Leonard. Three-pointer, Lowry, and he's good on the three ball. Lowry's got 22.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
Gasol against Ibaka. Gasol inside, using his post move to get the 2 points. And he's now got the double-double. 11 points and 13 rebounds. Lowry against Conley. And here's Lowry. Ibaka outside. No good on the triple. Leonard against Anderson. Smitty, every so often we'll hear about a team holding a players-only meeting. You've been there, I'm sure. You've gone through that. What exactly goes on in those discussions?
You know, Kevin, when you hear players-only meeting, something's going wrong with the team. Right. And obviously, we meet all the time, but when there's specific, in quotation, a players-only meeting, that's a lot of things are going wrong with the team, with individuals, with the coaches or general managers. They are trying to find a way to hash it out, and those are never good.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Conley kicks to Temple. Outside Jackson, down to 5 on the shot clock. Conley for 3. No good, shot missing. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Lowry against Conley. Shoots the 3. And Kyle Lowry with the 3. Lowry's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Did you see where Kyle Lowry pulled up from on that 3? Talking about playing with confidence.
Here's Gasol. And another miss by Memphis. And so Lowry will bring it up for Toronto.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Raptors.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Leonard.
When it comes to protecting the rim, there are numerous ways to do that. The most excited of those, just send shots back. And that's what he did tonight in volume.
Toronto's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the 4th. Here's Van Vliet, defended by Carter. Van Vliet passes to Ibaka. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And just staying aggressive, continuing to extend that lead.
They left nothing to chance. This is how you close out.
Now here's Brooks. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Selden, defended by Miles. To halt the run. Rebound by the Raptors. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
It's stolen. Brooks kicks to Carter. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Danny, a strong defensive effort both individually and team. Now, how comfortable are you at that end of the floor now, knowing that you can make things tough on the opposition?
Well, we want to make them take tough shots. We're not comfortable at any point defensively, but we got to continue to be active and be aggressive and get our hands on loose balls.
It's been the mark of the Spurs for a long time, Danny. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.